View from the other side of our resort. Not too sure what those tree huts are, but that castle looking thing over there is our pool. We kind of went the wrong way to get breakfast and now we're doing a big loop. But that's okay because we're getting to see the scenery and we should be good. Made it to Epcot, just waiting for the others to get through the gate. Should be a good day.
Welcome the stars of Disney on Broadway's Newsies and Tarzan, Cara Lindsay and Kevin Massey.
Chasing cocky little son of a lie down with dogs, and you wake up with a raise and a promotion. So he's a flirt, a complete egomaniac. Fact is, he's also the face of the strike. What a face! Face of fact, that's a face that can save us all from sinking in the ocean. Like someone said, power tends to corrupt. And absolute power corrupts. Absolutely, that's genius. Live or die, the fight is on, and I can't watch what happens. But all I know is nothing happens if you just give in. It can't be any worse than how it's been. Down to Grand Central Station, down to City Hall. We improve our circulation up until we fall. Well, I'll be out there carrying the betterment of Americans. I'll be out there, so you never stop that you can. He's a headline, Newsies on a mission, kill the competition, sell the next edition. We'll be out there carrying the banner, see us out there carrying the banner, always out there carrying the banner.
One little star, an inspiration.
We call it Epcot.
He's at the heart of our creation.
EPCOT.
Right at the start of everything that's new.
Experimental, prototype, community, of tomorrow.
One little star. Welcome to the future, or should I say, your future.
If we can dream it, then we can do it. Yes, we
seems to be a living blueprint of the future.
Hopefully you can hear me because it's quite windy today and there's nothing I can do about that. But I haven't talked to you since yesterday morning because it was quite the busy day with my siblings and we had a good day, got to do everything that we wanted, and I just didn't talk to the camera too much, but it was a good day. I'll try to put in some of the footage I got for you. Then this morning, after being exhausted taking 27,000 steps yesterday, Mom and I were up early again today to head to Hollywood Studios to get here before they opened so that we could get a boarding group for the Rise of the Resistance ride. And we got boarding group 21. Then we went on Smuggler's Run ride, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Didn't have a fast pass, we just waited in line. It was about 45 minutes, which was good, but again, we got here before they opened and lined up. And I enjoyed that one. It was fun, but if you end up having a choice between the two, I would say Rise of the Resistance. If you had to pick and choose which one you wanted to wait for, I would say Rise of the Resistance. But yeah, we did end up getting on Rise of the Resistance. It took a while because the ride broke down, as apparently happens quite often. But luckily they were able to fix it, and they were very hospitable and gave us water and snacks in line while the ride was broken down, which is unusual. But we went on it, had no idea what to expect because I didn't read anything into it ahead of time, didn't look into it at all, and I don't want to tell you anything really about it. But if you like Star Wars, even the tiniest bit, because I'm not a huge Star Wars person, but I'm just kind of familiar with it, then I think you will love it. And if you really love Star Wars, then I think you'll especially love it. And again, I don't want to give anything away about the experience, but it was probably one of the best rides I've ever been on. And I look forward to when the system changes a bit so that I can go on it again. But it was definitely worth it. While it was a long time waiting, it was worth it for us to get on the ride. So we did the two main things that we came here for, because we have done pretty much everything else here before, but that was the new land that we hadn't seen, hadn't been to yet. The only thing we might try to do sometime when we come back is visit the cantina, but you might need a reservation for there, but I haven't looked into it completely. But anyway, a good start to the morning at Star Wars Land and getting on the two main Star Wars attractions. And we have a fast pass later for the Flying Saucers and Star Tours, which I've never done before. And other than that, it's just kind of a day where we can do what we want. Oh, by the way, I did very well this morning because I did not get to eat breakfast or have coffee before doing either of those rides because we just didn't have time to stop and do that. So I made it through the entire morning with no breakfast and coffee, but it was worth it to get on those rides. So now I have a cold brew I'm finishing up here, as well as I had a small meal of banana bread and a cookie. And now I think we might check out some of the shops before heading to our Fast Pass. So that's my update for you. home now. Everything went smooth with traveling, and I've just been getting settled back in, but it was a good trip. Slightly different than expected in some ways, but for the most part, really good. Really enjoyed time with family. Was probably one of the harder times I had leaving. I really didn't feel ready to come home, to leave, and partly because of the weather, but mostly just because I was really enjoying the time with my family, and it gets difficult to leave them, and it especially was this time. But I'm back with Duncan and Scott, and back to work tomorrow. I don't know if I recapped everything that happened in the vlog, so I'll add text if need be when I go to edit it. But I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of my trip this time around, and I will see you in March with a weekly vlog.